So I got this comment actually months ago on a video that I posted, and I think I was 8 months postpartum at the time. For some reason, it stayed with me, which is why this video is being created. And I'm going to do my makeup as I give you some tips on how to navigate motherhood, especially without burning out, while you take care of yourself and all the responsibilities that you have to take care of. So the comment said, this is the false theory that society sells every woman in modern society. You can't have it all. You can't be the perfect mother, wife, and have the successful career. Something will fall behind. In certain seasons of your life, you prioritize what is most important. And although I agree with this comment to a certain extent, I think it all comes down to how we define having it all. So let's talk about it as I do my makeup, do my hair, moisturize my hair actually, because my hair is very dry. As a mom, actually, hold on. My hair has been braided for a week and I'm trying to be in my best behavior and moisturize it. You know what I'm saying? As mothers, we have a lot to do. And honestly, it feels like there is a never ending to-do list of things that just needs to be done, especially around the house when it comes to your kids. And especially if you value certain things outside of being a mother, which is fair. That's normal. I know we feel guilty sometimes about that, about wanting time for ourselves or wanting to, I don't know, get out of the house for a few hours. You don't need to feel bad about that. You're human. But anyways, if we have extra activities that we also want to keep up with, it's a lot. It adds up so quickly. But I think ultimately what it comes down to is prioritizing and delegating. All the products that I'm using, by the way, will be linked down below. But this video really isn't about the products. It's about me giving you 7 tips on how I've been navigating motherhood. Wow, first of all, I'm a mother of a 16-month-old, so I have a toddler. I'm currently pregnant, and I actually feel like I'm more productive now than ever. It's very ironic, even before I was a mom. It's crazy how much more intentional I am with my life now and how much more laid back I actually am versus how I used to be before. So let's talk about 7 ways to have a very intentional life as a mother without burning out, without being stressed out, and without feeling like you're not enough. Number 1 is to be realistic with yourself. What does that mean to have it all? And what does that mean for you to have it all? Because everyone's definition is going to be different. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of us mothers struggle, is because we're trying to live the life of somebody else. Someone that doesn't have kids, who's traveling every other week. That may not be your life. So you have to be realistic with yourself as to where you are in your journey. I know for me, my top priorities are obviously family, my household, as well as work. And you know, a lot of the comments that I received in that video, by the way, the video was about me feeling very overwhelmed as a new mom. I think I was 8 months postpartum. So, you know, everything was being thrown at me. And I was like, oh my God, how do people do this? How do people manage being a mother? And so a lot of people were saying, girl, your expectations are too high. You know, you can't have your career and your family. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to figure out what having it all means to me, which is obviously family. And I care about my career. And also I care about taking care of myself and my health. So what does that mean to have it all? And in that way I can prioritize. And that leads me to my second point, which is to prioritize. Because once you know the things that are important to you, then you can prioritize how you're going to go about it. And I like to say prioritize and focus on one thing at a time, because I think one of the reasons why we burn out so quickly and we're very overwhelmed is the fact that we're trying to work on so many different things at once. Like if I have the time, for example, my baby's taking a nap right now, I'm only filming this video. Of course, I could try to do the laundry at the same time. I could try to make dinner, get something else started. Next thing you know, I'm running around here trying to get a whole bunch of things done that I may not even finish. So once you know what your all is, then you can break it all down and work on one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time. And you know what? When it comes to focusing, some of us have a problem. For example, I have a huge problem with my phone. I've been tracking my habits over the past couple of months, and I've realized that I spend a lot of time on my phone. So what I ended up doing, which is a little drastic, don't judge me, but I bought a lock. And it's funny because my phone's not with me, but this is a lock where you can put your phone in and you close it. And once you close it and you put a timer, you can't open it. And that way I realized, first of all, that I had a problem. But second of all, it prevents me from wasting a lot of time when I do have the time to work on things. And what's been coming out of that, which is very ironic because I don't even have my phone with me in the room, is the fact that I haven't been caring for my phone as much. Like once I stopped myself from using the phone every 2 seconds by locking it away, now I don't care for it so much and I'm a lot more present present and productive and focus on the things that I want to do. Prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. Number 3 is to have strong boundaries. Now, this is something that I feel like a lot of us struggle with, and we don't even realize how bad it is. We want to be everything for everybody, and that doesn't work, especially when you have your own priorities and things that you need to do and a never-ending to-do list. You keep bumping people in front of your list and in front of you when you have things to do too. Your life is busy too. You have children too. So having strong boundaries is something that I'm very passionate about, and I've been learning about boundaries, ironically enough, late in my 20s. And ever since I did, I realized, first of all, how much of a people pleaser I was and how much I was stretching myself thin. But that definitely doesn't work when it comes to being a mom, because you have your own things to do. And it's not that I say no to people. I definitely say no to last minute requests, because that's what I realized a lot of people do. They come to you with their emergencies when it didn't even have to be an emergency. Like, absolutely not. I'm not the one. I can help you in 3 to 5 business days. I have to write you down on my long to-do list before I drop everything for your fake emergency, which doesn't have to be. And the more you allow people to treat you that way, the more they continue to keep coming with their emergency. They keep treating you that way because they know you're the person to go to when their life is in shambles. So having strong boundaries is something that I struggle with, but I realized how much of a difference it made in the quality of my life. I have this new blush that I want to use, and I realized maybe I shouldn't have powdered my face if I'm gonna use this. It looks really pretty. It's by Milk Makeup. Look how pretty. Very pretty color. I'm gonna try to use it anyway, but let's use some bronzer first. And the thing with drawing boundaries when you didn't have boundaries is that it becomes this journey of learning. First of all, figuring out what your boundaries are and then sticking with them is a journey, because you may not want to allow someone to treat you a certain way or to cross your boundary line, but it's so difficult to actually speak up and say, hey, you're doing it again. I don't appreciate it. So what we do is we keep flip-flopping like pancakes. Oh, I told you not to do that, but I'm gonna help you anyway. You know, I'm really busy, but I'll be there. You're teaching them how to treat you, girl. And it's important for you to have boundaries around the things that matters to you, because if you want to have time to do the things that you want to do, if you want to have it all, then you need to create time to have it all. You can't keep allowing other people to mess up your plans, especially when they didn't plan out their lives. Now you're living in their chaotic lives when yours wasn't even chaotic to begin with. All right, I think we're looking good, looking very plain, which is kind of like how I want my makeup to be anyway, because I'm going to be filming something else after this. It's a big project that I'm working on. It's the biggest project of my career so far, and I'm just very excited to, first of all, do it. But second of all, it excites me to do it. So I'm very happy that I'm allowing myself the space to do that. Number 4 is to take care of yourself. Girl, you can't get nothing done. You can't save the world if you keep ignoring your own needs. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't eat well, drink your water, go on a walk, exercise, do what refuels you. If you're not doing that, what are we really doing? You're not even going to be the best version of yourself for your own children if you're falling apart. And it's so easy for us to put ourselves last. Oh, I'll work out tomorrow. I'll eat better next week. I'll start on Monday. And it appears that Monday never comes. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we put ourselves last? And then once we are depleted, we have no energy, we are sick, we wonder how we got here when it could have been prevented. It's because you kept ignoring yourself and your needs. And I know it's hard, especially as a mom. Everyone comes first. Your kids come first, your husband come first, your family come first. And everyone seems to always want something. But at some point you gotta be like, no, I can't help you because this is my gym time. I need to go to the gym because, girl, I can't help you. You don't even need to give a reason. I can't. That's it, because my day is planned out. That's a reason enough. Taking care of yourself is so important. We can be the best version of ourselves if we're sick. And sometimes it doesn't even take a lot. It's not like we're trying to save the world or do all these extra stuff. It's just that you need to do some yoga to calm your nerves. You need to go to the gym. You need a tall glass of water. Sometimes it's just that simple. I've been doing my makeup in such a lazy way, I guess I could say. Like boring. Like I don't do too much. Very demure. Very mindful. I'm actually using a blush as an eyeshadow, but I really love this blush by Juvia's Place. Ever since I bought it, girl, I use it all over my face as a blush, as an eyeshadow. It goes everywhere. Like, look how pretty that is. I love it. Number 5 is to give yourself grace. I know we can be our harshest critic, especially in our minds. If we don't get something done that we say we want to do, oh, the voices in our head, we're just beating ourselves down. And you know what? You have a lot on your plate. Give yourself grace. Not too much grace that you don't get nothing done now. I'm watching you. But if you are trying and there's a lot going on and there's a lot of unexpected things that show up, which is normal, life happens, give yourself grace. It's okay. Just roll things over to the next day. There's always another day. And the fact that we are blessed with these new days, we should be very grateful and take advantage of them versus really like beating ourselves down that we didn't do the things that we wanted to do yesterday. Let's take a deep breath. It's going to work out just fine. One thing that I do is actually work with a lot of to-do lists or planners. So if something is not done, I just go ahead and roll it over to the next day. You know, we're going to try again tomorrow. Especially with kids, I feel like I have to be very adaptable. And that leads me to the next point, which is to adapt to the season of your life that you're in. So I have a toddler right now, and like I said, I'm pregnant. However, when I deliver this baby, my life is going to look vastly different. The early newborn stage, they're very interesting, right? So it's going to change. And even the things that I do now, I've had to adapt to this season of my life. She's active, she's busy, she's learning a lot. She's just really taking in her world. And although we have a really good routine going, I know in a few months I'm gonna have to adapt and I'm gonna have to change. And even on a day-to-day basis, just knowing that, okay, you know what, I gotta be flexible. Maybe things are gonna work out, maybe it's not gonna work out. Maybe she'll take a longer nap, or maybe she'll take a shorter nap. Just being able to adapt to all of that and not be frustrated when things aren't working out the way that I want them to work out has made such a huge difference in my mental health and just how I navigate motherhood. Motherhood is one of those journeys that I feel like is very unpredictable. You don't know how your kids are gonna turn out. You don't know their personality. You don't know if things gonna work out or not. And I think it's important to be flexible to adapt to different seasons of your life. And also understand that, especially when you have young kids, you may not move the way that you used to, or you may not move the way that you want to. And that's okay. You know, maybe going at a slower pace is where you are in your life right now, and that's okay. Moving slowly is better than not moving at all, at least the way I see it. And you know what? I also realize that it's the small things that we do consistently on a day-to-day basis that makes a difference. It's really not like how we think we're gonna change the world in one day. Okay, let's try this new blush. Do I just put it in? It's very pretty. I don't know if you can see it, girl. I wonder if I should put it on a brush and like blend it. It gives you that nice little orangey glow. Very, very pretty. I'm gonna try it on a brush. And the last tip that I have is to ask for help. Oh, I know this one is very difficult for us, and we take so much pride in knowing that we're doing everything ourselves and we're taking care of everyone ourselves. But what I've realized is that there's no award at the end of the day for the mother who suffered the most. If you need to ask for help, ask for help. It's not a big deal. And if someone says no, it's fine. Don't take it personally, but take the help, girl. Especially when someone offers help and you're like, no, because you want to be prideful. As you're drowning, take the help. I'm telling you. I'll give you a perfect little example, which is something that happened today. So today I actually have a long day and I planned a lot of things. I'm doing house chores. I'm filming this video. Obviously I have to take care of my baby, and my husband's also home, so I take advantage when he's home so that I can do work. And I was asking him, I was like, listen, what are you doing this afternoon? Because I want to season the meat. I have meat in the fridge that I want to season. I was like, you know what, it'd be nice to kind of like offload that to him. And he was like, oh, I don't really have much. And I was like, well, now that you said something, do you want to season the meat? And at first he was just like, oh, I guess I wanted to just chill. And then he was like, you know what, I'm actually feeling some pasta. I think I'll season the meat. And he's telling me how he's gonna make this pasta. And I was like, gotcha. Yes, go make the pasta, my love. And I cannot wait to eat it. Take the help. If someone offers to do something, even if it's not what you were planning on doing, that's not what I was planning on having for dinner, I'm gladly going to enjoy my pasta for dinner. Of course, when you have kids, you know, sometimes it's a little hard. I'm really struggling with like letting someone else watch my kids. I just feel like they don't do the things the way that I want them to do. But that's a me problem. I gotta get over that. And it's such a blessing to have people in your life that are willing to help you out, especially when you need it. So take the help, girl. We're not trying to be burnt out and overwhelmed. We're not trying to be prideful. We are trying to survive this life. All right, last product that I have here that I haven't used is this Milk Makeup Mascara. I kind of feel like mascara is mascara. Maybe that's just me, But I love the one though. That one's going right where you need it to go. Oh my God. Maybe mascara is not just mascara. That one looks really good. Wow. Can you tell the difference? Oh, I feel like I look good. Listen, I have a lot more tips on how I'm navigating this season of my life. It really makes me feel good about creating this type of content. I know as moms, a lot of us are just kind of suffering in silence, you know, especially with the cultural aspect of becoming a mom. I'm Haitian and we take a lot of pride in suffering. We take a lot of pride of, you know, my parents did it a certain way, so I'm trying to do it the same way. And I think innovating and doing things a little bit differently and also catering things for your life is very important, because at the end of the day, you have to live in a way that makes you feel good. This is why I started with describing what all means to you. Perhaps you can't have everything, but you can have a little subset of things that really matters to you, that makes you feel good, and that allows you to show up in the best way possible for you and your family. So I think it's possible to have all the things that you do want to have. Little asterisks, you know, at the end of all, given that you define what that means. Like I said, for me, priorities are family, my health, and my work. Because at the end of the day, as much as I know I want to work, I want to have a successful career, I don't want it to come at the detriment of me losing out on family time or at my health. So I try to manage and prioritize things in a way that allow me to still take care of me as well as take care of my family. So no, girl, if you're calling me last minute for something, Jen is unavailable. I am busy. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. All right, so let me get up out of here. I'm getting ready to film a few more videos. I'm working on the biggest project of my career. Ooh, I'll tell you what it is. I'll give you a little sneak peek. It's a coaching program, and there's a lot to do, especially with a baby. Building a business while you're pregnant with a toddler, that's transformative. And you know, I'm pushing the boundaries. I'm pushing myself, especially now that I feel very passionate. I feel like I can do it. I believe in me. So those are my top tips. I hope that they were helpful. At the end of the day, I feel like a lot of us know a lot of these tips. The hardest part is implementing it, really saying no and defining things for yourself and taking time for yourself. It's so important because we put everyone else above us, and then we start feeling really depleted, like we don't matter, our dreams don't matter, our voice don't matter. Under that video that I posted, a lot of women shared their stories, which I really appreciated, because at the time I wasn't feeling the greatest. I was feeling like I was drowning in motherhood. I was like, my God, how do people do this? And they were saying, first of all, it gets better, but a lot of moms put themselves last just to wake up 18 years later. And you're like, wow, I never did any other things that I truly wanted to do. That's not how I want to go through motherhood. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have any additional tips, leave them down below, help somebody else, and let me know how your motherhood journey is going. And you can have a beautiful journey, and I refuse to believe that life ends at motherhood. Actually, I think it begins. The new journey begins when you become a mother, and it's such a beautiful journey. Anyways, girl, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.